Wednesday, January 19th, 2022, baby. We're back at it. Your boys back at it, doing it again with the gang, with the crew. Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So-So production. It's another episode going down halfway through the week. Hope everybody's doing well, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Hope you all had a great week so far. Gonna keep on rocking and rolling, just tickle each other's membranes from afar. Hopefully we'll get to soon see each other up close and personal. But in the meantime, wherever you are, if you're in the GTA, what up? If you're in Ontario, what up? If you're in Canada, what up? US, what up? South America, what up? Europe, what up? Africa, what up? Asia, what up? Australia, fucking doing it in New Zealand, what up, everybody? Hope everybody's safe and sound, man. It is wonderful to be alive. Boys and girls, we're here again. Thank you for joining me. If you're a long-time listener and viewer of the show, thank you very much for all the love and support. If you're a newbie, thank you for joining us today. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. You can catch us on the YouTubes by searching Rob Sadri for the full-length videos. You can watch the clips on the IG, baby, or you can go down to Patreon, watch it there. Also support your boy if you likes. Man, oh man. You know, it's that time of year. We got that, you know, if you're in Toronto, if you're in the northeastern part of the globe, I guess, you know, let's not get too specific with the deets. Maybe you're just, you know, maybe wherever you are, maybe you be dealing with that heavy snowfall. That's what it is, baby. I got myself, you know, it happens. It's not one of those things that you can, you're for sure gonna know you're gonna get snow during winter time, but you don't know when it's gonna come. And the little, I'm not talking about the little minor snow. I'm not talking about that little drizzle, that little, you know, is it even for real? Is it even, you know, or is it just, is it fake snow? Who knows these days? But I'm talking about the real snowfalls, the ones that are, you know, foot and a half, 2 feet sometimes. You try to get in your car, you can't. You know, that type of snow. We've been dealing with that right now. Whoever's out there, the road warriors, the indoor warriors, these, you know, just warriors of all types. Everybody, we got through it. We're here, we're faster, we're stronger, better because of it. And, you know, that's what it is. Typically during the winter time, this was, I think we set a new record here in Toronto. In the core, we got 36 centimeters. 36 centimeters is just over a foot, you know? So that's in the downtown core. If you go further up north into the burbs, then you're dealing with probably close to 2 feet of snow in some places. But that's what it is, man. But it's nice because it reminds you that you're not in charge. Mama Nature's in charge, especially during winter time. But certain things you can prep for, certain things you can't prep for. Mentally, I've always prepped myself. I know we're gonna get, every winter, we're gonna get a couple of snowfalls, once, twice, maybe 3 times at times. And you'll end up having to, you know, dig yourself. You know, people on average, they did a study, they're like, who got the most snow? Statistics Canada came back and said, we got the most snow. So that's what it is, man. Average folks will be spending anywhere between 1 to 2 hours shoveling. So I've seen it, dude. Everybody's just out there shoveling snow. Cars are stuck. Trucks are stuck. SUVs are stuck. Buses are stuck. People are stuck. Human-animal hybrids are stuck. Automatons are stuck. Aliens are stuck. It's sluggish. There's backup. It's backed up. And that's what it is, man. Certain dates you want to make sure, even though I know everybody's just like eager to get out. They're like, oh, let me loose. But you know, everybody's just been wanting to get outside with some time. You just got to listen to Mama Nature. And so, you know, a couple of days, we've been laying low, not getting out there too much of it, because that's what it is, man. Road conditions aren't the best. You let everybody come out there thanks to the, you know, thanks to the beautiful snowplow men and women who do that good work, do the Lord's work, really, and open up the pathways. Because before that, before the snowplow men and women, it was just, you know, find the village strongmen and women and, you know, do a little bit of extracurricular activities, like, you know, get them to go on their hands, put their feet up on your shoulders, you walk them around. They're typically the bigger fella or a lady in the village, and they just be chomping and just, you know, chewing and spitting. That was the first snow blower. That was the original snow that we had to resort to, just manpower. But now we got good tech, we got them, and it's kind of nice. It's kind of, you know, I like watching things on the lines. You know, I like watching videos. Sometimes it's like, it's not even anything. You can see somebody just cutting a damn line, cutting a piece of paper straight, just, and it's aesthetically pleasing. Or you see somebody doing that, I forget what it's called, man, but I think it's like an Indian art form where they got colorful powders and whatnot, and they do art form with that color powder, and it's, you know, pour a little bit of red in a circle, pour a little bit of yellow, a little bit of blue, a little bit of green, poke a little dot in the middle, and it's weird, but somehow it's just pleasing. But at the same time, I get really irritated because I'm like, man, the smallest sneeze or smallest mishap, you get a damn toddler walking around, that artwork is no longer with us. But then again, the whole concept of it is built on, you know, shaky ground, so visually very pleasing. But the point is, sometimes watching somebody just shovel snow, but even better than that is plowing snow, man, from the top. Sometimes I'll catch a nice little, you know, sometimes it's the regular cars with the SUVs or the 4x4s and the Hemis and the turbos that have got the little snow plow attached to the front. Maybe it's a Jeep, maybe it's a Dodge, who knows? It's trying its best, pushing. But sometimes you get the heavy duty, you know, the, you know, big, you know, it's that the part that's coming in from the, maybe that's like, you know, more of an industrial look to it. It's yellow, it's big, it kind of looks like a tractor, and then they've attached a huge plow, and then this plow just comes, and he's the king of the castle, baby. He's the king of the hill or something, man. He'll just push and shovel all these, and it looks really neat from out. It's like a little, it's like a painting, kind of. It's like a stroke, not like a physical stroke, not a mental stroke, but like a stroke on the pavement. And it's really neat just to see all that neat, tidy pile of snow get pushed over to the side, and it's nice. But there are pros and cons to this, like any other game, right? The pros is obviously you get to go outside, enjoy the city streets, drive again, walk again, crawl again, you know, all the classics. But sometimes, if you're like your boy, you know, you live in the core, and you happen to be living in a apartment, and your apartment's a little bit older, they didn't have the foresight to think of the growing population back in the day, and so they've only made a limited number of parking spots. So sometimes your boy has to resort to parking on the street, and that's fine. That's completely fine. Part of the game, we knew what we were getting ourselves into from the get-go, and there are no surprises here. But what happens during wintertime is sometimes you'll get the big falls, right? You get that 1 or 2 day just heavy duty snowfall, and it's like, you know, we're talking, what, again, foot and a half, 2 feet of snow. And the beautiful men and women who go out there and plow the snow, they'll go ahead and clear the middle of the road, the pathway where the cars go, and they'll push everything else. They'll push all the other extra snow to the side. So then you'll have like little heaps, little mountains of snow just going across the street. And sometimes you'll see people that it happens to the best of us. I've seen a ton of cars that have had to dig themselves out, and that's what happened to your boy just the other day. But I was anticipating it, so this is not this is not my first rodeo. I know what I'm getting myself into. I know once or twice during winter time in the year, it's not too bad. In 1 or 2 days, a couple of hours maybe, altogether, that you're gonna be doing some digging, you're gonna be doing some shoveling. But here's the thing, when you have an individual who lives in an apartment unit, there's some things that you acquire, there's some things that you have with you, on your body, off your body, within your unit, that, you know, some people have certain things in an apartment, some people don't have certain things in an apartment. Maybe you'd have those certain things if you were living in a house, but certain things, like let's go through some of the items that you might have if you're living in a house compared to an apartment. In an apartment, you might have, you might have a toaster from 2015, and this toaster's been really loyal and just up with the game, baby. You feel me? You press it, it goes down, the clamps still work, holds the bread nice and tight. What do I smell? Burning bagel. You toasted too long. But other artifacts that you might find in an apartment might be, a table lamp, also from 2015, which has been working just fine. And these are typical items you might find in a apartment unit, or a co-owner of an apartment unit, because I can't say, I live here, but I can't say this is like an open, when you're renting, it's like an open relationship with property. That's what it is. We're just sharing at this point, somewhere along the line. a new a new fellow or lady is gonna move in on your turf, and that's just if you're renting, you gotta have that open-minded concept. But that's let's not get sidetracked. Another item that you might find in a house, alternatively, that you probably won't find in a apartment building or a unit or on a person that lives in an apartment unit building, is a snow shovel. You know, you're not gonna carry a damn snow shovel if you're a apartment dweller, if you will, because it's redundant. Why would you have a snow shovel unless you got some sort of like, you're dealing with your fear and phobia of shovels and you just like to have one nearby just to, let everybody know who's in charge, who's dealing with their fears. Boy's growing into a man now. That's what it is. Maybe you're working on some, just reestablishing some boundaries really with yourself. And that's completely fine too. But as a gentleman, as a G that lives in an apartment building, I'm not the type that'll go flaunt a shovel when it's not needed. I know once or twice a year I'm going to be reliant on that shovel, and that's what it is, dude. But I always think outside the box. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to play it fast and loose, like I've played with everything else, and we're going to roll the dice on this bad boy. We'll see what happens. How much snow we getting? Is it 20 centimeters, 30 centimeters? Plus, what are we dealing with? Sometimes can we, and if you catch it, if it's just falling and you're moving about, by the end of the evening, you can still, you're good. But if you happen to park and then it's snowing overnight, you can't do anything about that. Cars get trapped in the beginning of the day, and that's what it is. You got to go out there and dig it up. But I've always left the mindset of, just MacGyver it, baby. Just MacGyver. When it happens, we'll deal with it. And yesterday, it was time for your boy to go out there for the second time and dig his car out of the snow. But that's what I figured I'd do. I'm like, I'm not gonna go invest a whole $30 or plus on a shovel that I'm gonna probably use once or twice. You know me, dog. I like to stretch them dollar bills. That's what it is. So it's just like, you know what? I'm not gonna be using the shovel, therefore I'm not gonna invest in one. But I'm gonna have the, I'll be a little bit creative with it. I'll be a little bit creative. I'm like, I'll just wing it, dude. I'll just wing it, see what happens. If it snows heavy duty, we'll tackle it with some of the items that we got available to us in the apartment unit, in the apartment building of the apartment complex. So I look around and I have a few items that I could utilize. First item that came to my mind is because I got a little broomstick and it comes with a little dustpan. So I'm thinking also from 2015, which has been, it's had a solid run, but I'll tell you what, man, after the 2017 Rio de Janeiro fiasco, when the dustpan went on a bender, and just things haven't been the same, let's just say that. And we're not going to take a veteran of the game out on the streets and have him be humiliated, taking on something he or she can't handle at this point of his or her career. But nonetheless, it's still sufficient for the indoor activities. But shoveling snow with a with a veteran dustpan is probably not the smartest idea. So I'm like, what, next item? What else have we got? I'm like, all right, let's use, what do we got? We can maybe use a garbage can, and that's what I did. I got this plastic garbage can that I'm not too attached to it. It is what it is. From the dollar store, dude, like maybe $2 tops garbage can. And I'm like, you know what? I'll take this garbage can and I'll do the old, fill up the bucket, empty out the bucket sitch. Very similar to the circumstances or situations that you might find somebody encountering if they were to go on a shipping adventure. And now, what do we do? We're having a couple of drinks, we're getting a little bit loose, things are getting really heated. Oh, we're not paying attention. Next thing you know, you hit something. Now you got to play the bucket game. Grab a bucket, fill it up with water, empty it out. Classic underhand over shoulder dump. But what happens is that, that's like, has that happened to you? I wouldn't call it a ship, I'd maybe call it a small little boat. But different time, different place. We're not going to get sidetracked right now. My mentality was, just take the garbage can, just dig under the tires, dig around it, you'll be good to go, baby, you'll be good to go. But I had not entered it's different from, it's a different view from the top than it is compared to the bottom. So I'm feeling good about myself right now. I got my little bucket in hand, I put my little winter coat on, I got my hat, I got my gloves, I got my boots, 2-layer of pants, deuces, feeling confident. Just like, oh man, look at these fools wasting money on shovels, like damn idiots, wasting money and resources on shovels, man. These guys don't know what to do. Feeling like a champ, dude. I get in my elevator, just chest all puffed out with my bucket, just feeling fucking a little bit cocky about it. Not gonna lie, felt a little, because I'm gonna walk outside. Ain't nobody gonna be sporting a garbage can, dude. Ain't nobody gonna be sporting it. And I always make my coffee. I got my coffee ready. Garbage can, and they're like, people are looking at me now. What's this guy into? Is he into garbage? Is he about to throw up? What's happening with this can? And I'm like, man, you can totally, multi-purpose. That's what every item that I own is multi-purpose. Toothbrush. Could you also, use it to, clean up around the sink? It's your own toothbrush. It's your own sink. Just let it hang in there. But nonetheless, some items are questionable. Maybe you can't have multi-purpose for all items. Maybe that was a bad analogy, but you get what I'm talking about, Point is that I got downstairs, and it's so different once you're in the game, because you hear things on the news, and then it's different once it happens in real life. So I get off into the street, and I'm like, holy smokes, is this the most amount of snow we've gotten in some, in recent history? And it seemed like it. I'm not quite sure if we broke the most snow drizzled record, but it drizzled and it dropped. We got, again, 36 centimeters, man. I think that's a personal best for the downtown core area, at least. So I'm thinking in my head, man, this bucket is not gonna be sufficient no more. I get close to the car, I'm like, man, we are buried in deep. But that's what it is, man. It just happened like this. A moment of synchronicity, a little bit of just, that's the Lord looking out, man. That's serendipity, man. I can't even control that shit. Son, you think I'm pulling the strings here? You think you're pulling the strings here? You think they're pulling the strings here? Who are they then? With the strings. Aside the point, man. That's not the point. The point is that as soon as I got out of my apartment building, what your boy noticed? Your boy noticed something. Somebody had left the shovel just leaning up against the building, just leaning up, looking at me, and I saw it the second I got out of the entry door and entry pathway. I'm like, man, somebody left a shovel. Sweet. When it probably belongs, if I were to guess, if I were to deduce, I'd say it belongs to the building management. You see, they had just cleared the pathway, entranceway to the apartment building, and have left that bad boy around for that potential second batch that might arrive in the afternoon. And so I got to my car, I looked at the bucket, looked at the car, looked at the snow, looked at the bucket, looked at the car, looked at the snow, looked at the bucket, looked at the car, looked at the snow, looked at the snow, looked at the bucket, looked at the car. I'm like, this is not gonna be a good day if we're gonna tackle this situation moving forward like this. I'm like, you know what, dude? Put the bucket aside, run back quickly, borrow, keyword. You know what? If we're gonna go into this story, I guess these are my confessions. Cause I can't sleep at night if I'm not, conscience has got to be clear, and I gotta clear this up right here, right now. I gotta clear this up. From day one, I said I'm gonna keep it 150. We've kept it 150. Okay. Right there, 150. 145, 155, hovering right around 150, baby. And I ran back to the apartment building. I grabbed the shovel, and the clock is 8 o'clock in the morning, baby. That's 8 o'clock where you got to move the cars and what have you. So it's 8 a.m. Gonna go there, start tackling the snow, baby. Start tackling the snow. Now I'm in there like a pro, just shoveling. But at the same rate, putting a couple of shovels in, and I notice there's some sort of a noise coming from the shovel. It's like squeaking. It's like making noises. I'm like, Alexa, are you in the shovel now? I'm talking to it. I'm like, what's the most efficient way to shovel snow? It's not responding, but I still hear squeaky noises every time I go in for the dig. Getting a little bit concerned. I'm like, man, touching myself, touching the shovel. Where's the Wi-Fi? What happened? Where's the connection? What am I hearing? What is this? So I lift it out of the snow. I look at it, and I noticed a little teeny tiny crack in the handle of the shovel, dude. So that's not on your boy. If you found the shovel with the crack, there was already a crack in it, just setting that straight up. But this actually, and I've got proof, because my back hurts now. My back hurts because I noticed that crack, and it meant what? It meant our shovel's compromised, dude. It meant our shovel's compromised. We can't put in those heavy duty proper lifts with your, because you're supposed to dig and then lift with your knees, dump right overhead. Lift with the knees overhead. But I'm like, man, if I go with the proper, if the proper shovel etiquette is implemented here, this shovel's not going to make it. And I don't want to be responsible for causing havoc on a shovel that I'm not, capable of calling my own. That being said, I've got responsibilities now to the building, to the unit, to the complex, to the communal aspect of living. Essentially, this shovel has got to deliver this particular shovel, but has got to return to its place of residence for further shoveling until a proper owner happens to go in for that full dig and no longer is the shovel with us. But that's aside the point, man. I got responsibilities. I'm an adult, and I think about everything, but that's what it is, man. I risk my own back. I'm like, you know what? Grab the shovel from, where it's closest to the shovel portion and the actual stick portion, where the connection's made between shovel and stick. So really grab it, because normally you grab it properly and you guys know shovel etiquette, man. I'm not, we're not getting our shoveling license here, I'll tell you that. But point is that I was really going down, and I'm not the tallest guy, but I'm fairly tall, standing at 6 feet tall, probably hovering around 145 pounds of pure muscle. It's a little bit of a, I gotta bend down quite a bit to shovel up snow, and it's heavy duty snow, dude. So I'm, I did this for about 45 minutes, 8:30 to 8:45. Your boy was out there just shoveling around the car so we can shimmy on out, get around to our day. But that's what it is, man. Shoveled, cleared the pathway, ran back to the apartment, returned the shovel to its designated resting spot. But I wanted to just make this video, make sure everybody's clear, because I don't want some sort of an incident. I don't want the building staff or the apartment staff or the caretakers that are lovely men and women, I don't want them to be thinking there's some sort of shovel pervert out there who's playing tricks on them. Because, hypothetically speaking, I don't know his name, but let's just call him Larry for the sake of the argument. Let's just say Larry had shoveled snow at around 6:37 in the morning, decided to rest the shovel on the side of the building, and walked away thinking, you know what, I'll come back in the afternoon, finish off the second batch of snow like a gentleman. So Larry left the shovel at around 7:30 on Tuesday morning, leaning up against the wall, thinking it's going to be safe, thinking it's going to be secure. And it is safe and secure, I'll tell you that much. But I don't want there to be any misconceptions or misunderstandings. You show up at around 8:10, it's 8:10, it's 8:15, maybe you're there, you're like, I swear to God, I just left this shovel. And now you're going into panic mode. You do what any other man or woman would do if they've got their wits together, if they've got their sanity together. You immediately go with full mode response. You go call the staff members. Have you seen the shovel? Everybody's like, I got mine. No, I don't know where your shovel's at, Larry. I don't know where your shovel's at. You on the juice again, Larry? You on that Zerp again, Larry? What's going on, man? We've only got a limited budget. We can only afford a certain amount of shovels, and you're assigned a shovel to take good care of it. That being said, man, Larry starts going out. He's making phone calls now. Relatives, family members, friends, community members, community leaders, getting in touch with the local news. Amber alerts are going out. Have you seen this shovel? Everybody's like, standing between, 4 foot to 5 feet tall, slim built, dark complexion. And man, that's what it is. I don't want there to be a misunderstanding, because next thing you know, you arrive at around 8:30, 8:45 after having convinced everybody that there is some sort of sick pervert around the neighborhood going around just, napping up shovels. Throwing them in the back of trucks and offering them candy and shit. That's, I can't sleep with that thought in my mind. So, I don't want you to have an episode, because then you'll return at around 8:20, 8:30, 8:45. You'll notice that the shovel's back again. Now all of a sudden questions are being asked, fingers are being pointed to your direction, not to this direction, but to your direction. Everybody's questioning Larry again. Man, Larry, we thought you were on the straight and narrow. We thought you were keeping your powder dry. We thought you had your, we thought you just you were on the right track, man. We thought you finally got things together. You're not. Are you gambling again? Are you drinking again? And all of a sudden you're like, man, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. And everybody's like, man, Larry's at it again with his stories about the mysterious shovel disappearance. And Larry's got every, and he's like, man, you guys don't believe me. You guys never believe me. You're always telling me it's my fault. Your family's all like, everybody's like, it's an intervention at this point. Like, Larry, you've got to stop with the lies, man. The petty lies. The petty lies. You've got to stop. This has got to stop, man. You're just trying to convince everybody, so it's not going well, but you're like, you know what, man, I had enough of this. You throw in the towel, you go out there, you're like, man, I'm gonna go on a stakeout. I'm gonna go get me some setup. I'm gonna go get some gear, and I'll hunt this, shovel napper. I'll find the sicko, and I'll prove to every one of you, each and every one of you sitting in this room pointing fingers, that I'm not the crazy one. You're the crazy one. You'll see. You'll all see. And then you'll point to everybody, and then you'll walk out the room. And I don't want that to happen just because somebody happened to borrow a shovel without asking. Now, mind you, if there were people around, obviously I'd be a gentleman. I'd be a G, like a gentleman, dude. I'd ask for your permission. I'd be like, yo, hey, sir, ma'am, would it be cool if I borrowed your shovel for 10, 20, 15, 30 minutes, depending on the sitch, so I can, and that's what it is. We'd have a normal, decent human-to-human connection, a conversation of sorts, and things will get resolved very smoothly. But this was not the case. Nobody was inside, and the shovel was left unattended, and your boy was just not gonna dig his car out with a bucket, although it's really cool, although it's probably that's what it is, man, because I felt it in my eye. If we were talking like 15 to 20 centimeters, oh man, snow would have been my bitch with that bucket, dude, because like 15 to 20 centimeters is nothing. That's a couple of loads in the bucket, and boom, while everybody else is out there looking like damn fools and idiots using old school methods, not thinking outside the box, not trying to reinvent the wheel, going with the classic shovel. I'm out there with, a bucket. All of a sudden I'm selling this product on Shark Tank, on Dragon's Den, Shark Tankers, the sharks in the tanks, the dragons in the dens. Are you tired of shoveling like it's fucking 1999, bro? Me too. I've had enough of this shit. I've had enough of this. We spent years, months, at least a good solid day thinking about how to reinvent shoveling and deal with snow. We came up with different solutions. First, we went around the room. We asked, what could we do? Somebody's like, use a blowtorch. Why don't we just blowtorch the snow? Steven, it's a wonderful idea. I, for one, am in full support of this motion, but we can't get the rest of the crew member to go along with this story. But, get a couple of damn blows. What could go wrong? What could go? Think about the positives, dude. You're out there. Because it's gonna melt anyway. Like, what do you want to do? When you go to a doctor, do you want a doctor that takes their time to do a procedure and is like, you're really like hesitant to call it what it is? They're not listening to their gut. What do? Do you go with that doctor or do you go with the doctor that just sees a situation, gives it a brief assessment, 5 to 10 minutes, because there's other people waiting and banks got to be made to pay off those damn student loans. All right, you're not that special. You are special, but you're not that special. We are all special. But the point is, what do you do? Which doctor do you go to? Do you want to go to the doctor that takes his time, maybe gets a second opinion for a second doctor come in, third doctor come in, maybe everybody have like a little like doctor sesh with you in the room? Is it uncomfortable while you got your pants down? Maybe, but you're probably better off or maybe you're not. Maybe time is money, money's time. You got to be out there, so maybe you want to go with that, with that doctor that just shoots from the hips. It's cancer. Good, at least now we get to, be ahead of it. That's what it is, man. But the point that I'm trying to make is that, forgot what I was trying to do. The point that I'm trying to make is that you want multiple opinions. And this is not what are we talking about? Talking about doctors? Opinions? Lost track of what it's the moral of this story is that I had to set the record straight. Let's just stick with that for now. We know what the facts are. Here you get all the facts and nothing but the facts. Sometimes sometimes the facts get hyperbolic, but that doesn't mean they're not. A little bit of truth in everything, but also you're the jury, you're the court, you're the witness, you're the defendant, you're the court interpreter, you're the bailiff, you're also the judge, you're exhibit A. You're the bench, you're the gavel. The point is you make your own decisions, whichever, you're media personnel. You're contributing to the judicial court system is what I'm trying to tell you. But you decide on your own terms what's what. Here we just present the facts with perhaps a little bit of, it's facts with extra stuff on it. And then you do what you do, which is thinking. You're a critical thinker out there. I see it in your eyes. It's been rough to see people's eyes and faces in general, but just because of the whole sitch. But I've seen it in you. I feel it. So that's what it is. Here we only present what's and what is. That's what's up. That's what's up. The shovel was not stolen. This incident's probably not going to happen again unless we get another foot and a half, 2 feet of snow that your boy needs to shovel himself out of. Besides that, we're all gooch, baby. Didn't go out there spending $30 plus on some damn shovel that I may have to use for what, half an hour during the entire year. What am I, an idiot? Mama didn't raise no fool, baby, I'll tell you that. And everything from here on forward is just looking grand. Everything's on the upward trajectory. I'm looking for more of the winter to be over with. And recently, last night I watched a movie on the flicks, dude, on the Netflix. It was called The House. It was an animated series also made for adults, catered to adults. I'm not gonna give anything away. I enjoyed it. But mind you, I watched it late at night. It's like 3 different parts that are kind of correlated. You put the correlations together, you draw the parallels, but it's about, it's an animated series. Not a series, it's an animated movie made with, if I'm not mistaken, puppets. I want to say wool puppets, dude, if I'm not mistaken, and some obviously effects and what have you. But I'm not gonna give anything away because these lips are sealed and the key's been swallowed after the sealing. I do the sealing from the inside because that way when there's no getting out, because anybody can unseal the seal from the outside, but if the key's on the inside, how are you gonna get to it? And I go ahead and swallow that, and it doesn't come out for a good 24 hours, 72 hours, and then it's not even up to me. Where's the key? I don't know where it is. I don't know where am I a city worker? Am I down in the pipes looking at, what's this going? Am I NSA? Am I a traveling agent? Am I, border control? I don't know where things are going but that's aside the point. The point is that these lips are sealed, man. That's the point. I'm not gonna give the movie away, but it was a little bit. The first part was I'm not gonna lie to you. I sparked a little J, and your boy was a little bit. I'm not. When it comes to being manly and the toughest of the, I'm not, dude. But like, I'm up there. Not like, we're right there in the middle. But last night being alone, 10:30, 11, it's dark outside. There's ominous music going on in the background. You feel a little bit scared. Some might feel a little bit scared. I'm not saying I'm scared. You're scared. Who's scared? You're scared. I'm not scared. You're scared. I got blankets, dude. What are you doing with your life? This is about you, not about me. Enjoy the damn movie is what I'm trying to tell you. So watch it. Don't watch it with your kids, but also watch it with your kids if you're trying to introduce them to adult themes from an early on. Because that's, what do? Do you give kids peanuts so that they don't develop allergies from the very young age that they're probably more allergic and more prone to experiencing allergic reactions just because they've not had any exposure to life? Or do you cocoon them? Do you put them in a little box and you're like, Jimmy's not going to have any peanuts. Next thing you know, fucking Jimmy's just choking on peanuts, or somebody sneezes and they've had peanut butter and jelly in the morning. Jimmy's on the ground just, choking himself out. What are you doing? Quit putting yourself in the damn triangle, Jimmy. And he's like, I'm not doing this. The peanut, who had peanuts? Same concept, but with movies. Now, the end portion of it I liked because it was a little bit dark. It was a little bit, it's weird. It's nice. It's cool. I liked it. Go check it out if you're into that kind of thing. But the last portion I really enjoyed because like the message, and I'm not gonna give anything away, but there is a message of, I guess, and interpretation. What do you interpret? What do you make of it? You make of it what you will. It was just a little notion of us wanting to, I guess, hold on to, whether it's a home or to a object like a shovel, and just have that owner, oh, it's mine, But that's the thing. Time comes and changes everything. You get a snowfall, you get a little bit of rising sea levels. Next thing you gotta, you thought your home was safe. No longer is that the case. Now you're gonna have to move. And this is obviously a metaphor or an analogy if you want, because that's what it is, man. It just got me to think more so than I've already been thinking about this subject. And I'm like, man, I really I love my city. I love my home. I love Toronto. I love Canada. It is home, but as many of you guys, longtime listeners and viewers to the show, there's that thought in the back of your head that you're either gonna have to, some things feel like a change is coming, and change is difficult, man. Nobody, but I'm the type that likes change. I'm the type that looks forward to change. I like changing things up, as a matter of fact. But there was that notion, or rather underlying theme in the movie, of people maybe not being, it's called The Home. Did I mention the name? It's called The Home. The house, the home, the house, the house, the house. That's what it is, man. And people sometimes have a difficult time letting go of things. And I would say, if I were to assess it as objectively as I possibly could, I'd say that I'm not too attached to too many material things, or even like I'm not even attached to ideas or beliefs or anything, dude. That's my relationship with things and objects and even thoughts. So it just, again, the thought has been there obviously for some time now, but due to many different reasons we've had to just, but whatever it is, that notion of going out there and just exploring and finding what it is that, because sometimes you're, maybe I'm talking to myself right now at this point, but sometimes the initial, it's like jumping in the pool, right? When it's cold and you've not experienced it, it's kind of, you got that hesitation. But once you jump in the pool and you get past the snot, you get past the used tampon, and you get past the oil that's been dumped in the water, or the, you see a couple of fishes with extra limbs, extra eyes, you get past all that, you ingest a little water. Next thing you know, your biology is changing. Next thing you know, you're morphing to a whole new circumstances. And the next thing you know, you get past the uneasy part of it, of the jumping in, and then all of a sudden you're opening yourself up to a whole new world of adventure and mischief and excitement and potential danger too. Of course there's danger, and that's what it is, baby. It's fucking dangerous, but it's not like, it's, relatively speaking, it's safe danger. It's controlled danger. It's not like, it's not like fucking 1853, bro. It's, at the end of the day, everything's gonna be fine. But that's what it is, knowing that everything's gonna be fine. And I'm telling myself that I'm kind of preparing, but also taking it very slow, and just, trying to pace myself with everything, keep busy. But at the same time, I'm very excited for this coming fall, man. I don't know what it is. I mean, this coming spring. But I think a big change is gonna come in some sort of I don't know how it's gonna unravel or unfold or manifest, but I'm going in there with an appreciative mind, with a grateful spirit, and just, frame of thought. I really appreciate and love what I have. Do I want to potentially just grow as an individual and get to experience different things? Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. And I think all you guys and ladies out there feel the same way. So if whatever, if you're just venturing out on a new business, you're maybe going to school, you're finishing school, you're going into your own business, you're busy working, but it feels like a brand new chapter is just right around the corner. And this is the beauty of life, man. Every day, every season, you get brand new chapters, brand new beginnings, and I feel like together we're about to make the corner very soon, hopefully. We'll see. With that being said, that could just mean the minor little changes, but that could also mean the big changes that lead to many a many beautiful things that you're not even aware of. And I'm just, I'm out there living my life, trying to be as open-minded about everything as I can be. Like, you know, maybe back, maybe when I was younger, I wouldn't be so cool with sharing a shovel. But now, as an adult, I completely understand if you need to borrow a shovel, it's okay. It's all right. We're all neighbors. We're in this together. I'll push your car. You're gonna get out there and push my car, and it's happened before, not this year, thank God. But it's, if you're there and I'm there, and our eyes cross and we're cross-eyed now, I'll be there for you. If you like, of course. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for all the love and support. Stay silly with it. Where can you find these videos? You can find these videos on Instagram, on YouTube, and on Patreon. We're a small little community. We are literally snowballing at this point. We're picking up everybody along the way. Whoever likes to join, whoever doesn't like to join, talk about it. And I'll see you guys back here again on Friday. Stay lit, stay loose. Stay lit and loose. Loose lit. Loosely lit, baby. That's you and me together. Peace out, everybody.